Hi guys, this is our second day of this book and we are going to read. I think we should start at chapter 6 because in my previous video we have a complete 5 chapters, so it's a high time to read this 6th chapter. And in this 6th chapter we are reading about sleepwalking through life. So every chapter has a quotation, so here it is also. Man lives like a machine, programmed, predictable, and unconscious. What makes it worse is the illusion that we are choosing freely. See how deeply scripted your actions are, how borrowed your motivations. In that honest, seeing something real begins. Remember class 6, you were told study hard, get good marks. Why so? Your parents could boast to neighbors and relatives, and when you didn't study, carrots were dangled. Do well, and we will buy you that toy. External motivations, external pressure, external rewards. Then came class 10. The story shifted, these marks will matter in job interviews. So you bent your back, memorized more textbooks than class 12. Critical year, entrance exam, your future depends on this. So again you slogged, exhausted and afraid. And now you want to extend the same story, just add another daring chapters to the same predictable scripts. You has been a machine all your life, chasing numbers, marks, percentages, ranks, and you think it will stop. It never stops. Soon it becomes a salary, just another number. Then come LinkedIn connections, then promotions and designations or an ambitions, startup, so you can chase even bigger numbers. Then you build a house, start a family, plan retirement, all on pre-decided lines, all equally uninspired. If this same story is being stretched like a stale dough, tell me what is the differences between that class 6 child and this seasoned professional. Where is the growth? Where is the movement? Where is the learning? Where is the evolutions? Are you really going ahead, or are you just running in a circles, enacting the same scripts on a different stages? At one point you were a child, then you became a teenager, then a young man or woman, then a professional, and then a husband or wife, then a mother or father. Different levels, different customs, different stages, but the same all script running underneath, and none of it really written by you. You are acting, but do you even know why there is actions? You are moving, but do you know where you are going? You are alive, but are you awake? Are you just sleepwalking through life, repeating an old story that was never yours to begin with? Do you really know who you are? Wow, big questions, thought provoking, I think. So this is the chapter 7. uh, it's all about catching yourself red-handed, and there is a quotation: there is a great fun in catching your own inner mischief red-handed. Catch yourself when your mind is wandering into fantasy. Catch yourself when fear creeps in or insecurity whispers. The moment you spot a state of mind, it begins to lose its hold. All this hidden tendency thrive only in darkness. They are like vampires. Shine the light of attentions on them, and they shrive away. Mm, your random thoughts, your jealousies, your anxieties, watch them. Just watch the instant. You see them clearly, their power starts dissolving. To get something is to observe it, to observe is to expose it, and exposure is the beginning of freedom. This is not an exotic technique. It is a simple, so simple it feels almost disappointing to the restless mind, but it is a rare because we are determined to look everywhere except within. And what does it mean to look within? It means to look at one's impulses, feeling, thoughts, desires, and action. There is no other within to look at. Look at how you live. You have no real understanding of why you do what you do. Today, your mind drifts in one direction. Tomorrow, it lungs somewhere else, and you never pause to ask, what is this movement? What is this restlessness? External forces keep crashing over you in waves. Temptations, fears, pressure. The mind gets tossed around, confused and exhausted, and still you don't look within. Remember, the functioning of the mind is understood by watching the mind. The laws of science do not come from imaginations or belief, but from observations. The same applies here. Observe yourself like a scientist, honestly, patiently, without judgment. To observe the ego is to begin dissolving the ego, and to dissolve the ego is to reclaim yourself. Only a free mind can make clear decisions about work, love, and family. The quality of your mind is the quality of your life. The freedom of your mind is the only real freedom. Catch yourself, watch yourself, observe yourself reluctantly. This is the door to liberations. This is the chapter 8, stealing from your own pocket. There is a quotations: one lies to himself and then believes his own lies. You may not deceive others for long, but you can deceive yourself all your life. Why do we call it theft only when you steal from someone else? Is it not theft when you rob yourself of your own highest possibility? How is that any less criminals are we not guilty? First of all, towards ourselves. If I snatch what is rightfully yours, you call it theft. If I plunder your house, you demand punishments. But what if I plunder my own house? What if I deny myself what I truly deserve to become? Is that not an even deeper thing? Stealing from others is a punishment by society. Stealing from yourself is punished by life itself. Such is the law. Oh wow, this is the ninth chapter. The most dangerous wound is a self inflicted. And quotation, there is a quotation: a choose mad is a ignorance. It's not a choose, it's a just an accident waiting to happen. Nobody knowing chooses self harm. Whatever we do it, hoping for relief, for happiness, for escape. Even when we hurt ourselves, we think we are helping ourselves. We call it love, we call it a freedom, we call it healing, but it's a just ignorance in disguise. Self-harm is not just about pills or blades. It's a when you walk into a toxic relationship thinking it's your soulmate. It's a when you stay in a dead job because fear tells you it's a security. It's when you binge, scroll, gossip, or away, believing it will make you whole. Self harm is a when you make a bad choice thinking it's a good one. It's a when you act from conditionally and call it free will. It's when you follow your impulses and call it intuitions. The ancient ones called it avidya, avidya, ignorance, not seeing clearly, not knowing who you are, not questioning what you have been told. The worst self harm is not a single act. If it's a life lived unconsciously, it's a mind that refuses to inquire. It's a being that never asks, whose life am I living? To live as the conditioned ego is the most violent thing you can do to yourself, and the tragedy, you will call it normal. You will call it success. You will even call it love. This is the chapter 10, the victim card. The ego plays the victim to remain what it is. It prefers sympathies, our solutions, control, our clarity. Just as the ego loves to claim credit, it loves to play the victim. When you something good happens, it says, I did not. When something bad happens, it says, it happened to me. Good things I do, bad things happens to me. As tauntingly. Playing the victim is its a favorite pastime, and most of the time it has no other options because bad things keep happening. The ego, being what it is, rarely sees real success, so it rarely gets the chance to boast. It settles for a blame instead. The blame game is a constant, one misfortune after another, and always someone else is at fault. This time he did it, I am the victim. Next time she did it, I am again the victim. This is how the ego survives, by never looking at itself, by deflecting responsibility, by choosing sympathy over solution, by choosing control over clarity. It would rather be pitied than transformed. It would rather be right than free. Chapter 11. Stop pampering the wounds. Quotations. Heart is the opportunity to see where you are still deluded and dependent. Instagram spirituality says the greatest religion is not to hurt others. Search online and you get a million slogans. The highest virtue is to never hurt anyone. But the fellow who gets hurt easily is already a problem to himself. Is there anyone worse? Yes, the one who pampers and mollycoddles him. Had his hurt not been constantly patronized by friends and well wishers, he would have dropped this tendency long ago. But we have built a culture that rewards fragilities. We confuse indulgence with love. Look at your own life. Don't we often care more for the ones who are easily hurt? Don't we rush to soothe every little complaints? Ask simply, is there anyone apart from the ego that can be hurt? Kindly meditate on this. We may think we are helping our loved ones by sympathizing with the every injuries, but most of the time all we are doing is strengthening their bondage. This is the chapter 12. No belief is a scared. Quotations. Spirituality is a hard, unrelenting inquiry. It is a philosophy with the purpose of a liberation. It is not a belief system. Hmm. Rare is the patience. Rare is the patient who openly declares, I don't want the medicines. I love my disease. At least he is honest in his madness. Much more common and dangerous is the one who admits he is sick and then picks up false medicine with a knowing smile. He pretends to be a healing, but in is only burning the disease deeper. Such a man is not just a sick; he is a cunning, and his disease is now armed with a deception. This is the conditions of a most seekers today, spiritually diseased and deeply dishonest. Be fierce, be